Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and I want to start off today's show by apologizing to all of my fans on the West Coast because apparently I have totally fucked it up, and there is no Dancing for Relevancy until 8 o'clock tonight, just like they see it on the East Coast, which they're watching it right now. It's going on right now, but I wanted to apologize to the West Coast people. I don't know why. I swear I saw on the news that it was going to be on at 5 o'clock because there was some sporting event or something on at 8 o'clock tonight. It's not normally like me to make mistakes like that, so I want to apologize for that. So I'm gonna watch that tonight, and then after that, Wednesday. Okay. And Wednesday, so this week is a little bit different for me because this week I'm going to Japan. I'm so excited. I used to live in Japan and work at Tokyo Disneyland for a while ago. I won't say how many years, but let's just say it was more than a few. And it's been a good 12 years since I've been back. So I'm very excited to go. I'm super excited. So Tuesday night, I will do my show from my place in Glendale, California. And then Wednesday morning, I'll probably do it from my home as well when I'll talk Dancing for Relevancy. And then Thursday night, well, it will be Thursday night for me in Japan. I'll do the show about Below Deck. But the thing is it might air on Wednesday here. I mean, like my show might come up on Wednesday here because even though I filmed it on Thursday where I am, it's probably Wednesday where everyone else is. So anyways, that's how and then I'll film into like that until I get home. So that's how this week is going to go. Okay, but now I want to talk about Real Housewives of Melbourne. Okay, so I thought of a couple other ways that Bravo is not promoting Real Housewives of Melbourne, okay? First of all, there's no repeats. I mean, like, that's one of the best ways to catch up on a show is when they've aired, like, all 55 fucking episodes of it all at once on a Saturday or a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? They replay it one time later that night, and that's it. Done. So if you missed a couple episodes, I hope you have the app because otherwise you're not going to see them. So that's annoying. And then another thing, they never do any social edition episodes of the show either. They do social editions for every single other Real Housewives franchise. They do it for Orange County, New York City, New Jersey, Atlanta. They have never done one for Melbourne. Annoying also. So, yeah. Anyways. So let's talk about the actual show. Okay, first of all, I have to say Lydia has a great rack. And I'm gay, so I'm not, trying to be all pervy and creepy, but I mean, you wouldn't really know because the way Lydia dresses is very elegant and sophisticated and not real, cleavage oriented. Like Gina. We all know Gina's got great tits. We know that because she likes to push those puppies up and push them out and she looks fabulous everywhere. I mean, she's great, right? We all know that because that is an established precedent. But Lydia normally dresses very conservatively, and this is the funny thing about Lydia. She's in Australia, right? Where, it's a pretty forward-thinking country, and you think that she would dress, no, she's very conservative in Australia. She goes to Dubai, which is like not as forward-thinking as Australia, and she is in a bikini and letting her puppies out, and I was like, oh my God, Lydia's got a great rack. Wow. I mean, I was just surprised. I mean, she looked fabulous. She looked really good. She's got a very good bikini body, as we would say in the United States. So she was great. So, okay, so they're in Dubai, right? And then what they do is they're at dinner, and Gina, I fucking love Gina. So there's this guy that I used to work with at Disneyland. His name was Eric. And Eric had a very witty, biting sense of humor, but it was one of the most he is one of the most hilarious people I've ever met to this day, and he's one of the people that's kind of helped form my sense of humor as well. And Gina totally reminded me of Eric because Gina had just had it. She had it with Petit Fleur, and she just snapped. She's like, shut the fuck up. She literally said that. I was dying. I was dying. She went off on her on the table, and then everyone else chimed in too about what a bitch Petit Fleur is, right? And what's funny is that, like, Petit Fleur had made some comments to Chica about her lipstick, right? And they were really shady comments. They weren't like outright like it, when you give the definition of shade, and this is from the movie Paris is Burning, the definition of shade. Okay, so if I just say you're ugly, that's not shady. That's just being a bitch, right? But if I don't need to tell you that you're ugly because you already know that you're ugly, that's shade, right? So the comments that Petit Fleur made about Chica's lips were a little bit shady, right? So even Chica joined in on it, and she had every right to do so. So I thought it was very interesting that Petit Fleur could dish it all out, but she can't take it when all the other girls were joining in on her. So that was a little bit annoying. And not just that, but the only person who had her back that whole night was Lydia, and she the next day acted like Lydia didn't do enough for her. I was so over it. Yeah, Petit Fleur looks great for her age, but I mean, who cares? She's a bitch. I mean, on the show. She might be a lovely person in real life. And that's another thing too, is for these reality shows, I can only comment on what the camera shows me. Camera doesn't show me everything. So if I say someone's a bitch or someone's really sweet or I love them, I'm just strictly speaking about how they are on the show. I have no idea how they are in real life unless I've met them. In which case, I will tell you, I've met them in person. They're really nice. I haven't met any of the Housewives of Melbourne. I wish. That would be my dream. That would be great. And one of the things I liked about Chica this past episode was that she stood up for herself, and even though, because, Chica is like Switzerland, like she's like the sweetest, never wants to fight with anyone, right? But, I think some people might be slightly jealous of that, Lydia. And, because I've noticed, or at least this is the way that it's been edited and put together, I've noticed that every single time Lydia makes a special point to point out Chica. Like, she's like, oh, Petit Fleur, they all talk shit about you behind your back, including Chica. Or, when Chica says she's got a blog, she's like, oh, I've got a blog too. It reminds me of there was an episode of Real Housewives of New York back when Carol first joined the show, where she said that Luann was just like that. So she kind of threw that back in Luann's face every time Luann was like, I was on the badminton team. She was like, yeah, I was captain of the badminton team. Like, she would do it on purpose because that's how Luann was with Carol all the time. That's what that kind of was giving me a little bit. But the good news is, Chica did not take any of that bullshit. She didn't take Petit Fleur calling her out on her lips, which is so stupid. I thought her lips looked fabulous. I think she's got amazing lips. You go, Chica. It was calling her out. She was pissed off at Petit Fleur, and she was also letting Lydia have it for constantly being in this competitive nature with her, right? Which was great. In fact, I saw slight flashes of Caroline Manzo in there. Now, she's not as tough as Caroline Manzo. She's definitely a little softer than Caroline Manzo. Caroline Manzo is someone I would never ever want to meet in a dark alley and have her be pissed off at me. If I meet her in a dark alley, I want her on my side, right? But Chica, I don't know if Chica would be, good in a fist fight, right? Oh God, Caroline is so great. When she called Danielle Staub a clown, like a clown. Or, that is just, that is like not even a bad word, but the way she said it was just hateful. It was great though. I loved it. She is a clown. It was fabulous. Or she was on the show. Okay, so that's basically it. Basically, everybody was not ganging up, but everyone let Petit Fleur have it because she deserved it. And she was being all rude during the dinner too. She's like, I had it. I can't take enough. I'm going to just lay down, like in the middle of dinner. And even Lydia was like, okay, you're being rude. Really, you're like being a child. Come on, grow up, you know. And they were all actually, if you listen to all of them, they were all coming from a very good place of, you know, we want you to be a good person. We want to point out these flaws, not, and they were this is the way that they presented it. You know, they were like, you know, we're not trying to, you know, be bitches to you. We're just trying to point out some things that people don't like about you, and this is why. So I thought that was great. Anyways, so that was this week's Real Housewives of Melbourne. I love it. I can't wait till next week. It's awesome. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking about Bold Beautiful. So please feel free to follow me on Twitter at Angel Benton. I'm also on Instagram too at Angel Benton, but I don't really use Instagram that much. I'm not really a photo taker. Sorry. I hate to disappoint you. But yeah, follow me on Twitter and talk. You can talk about RHO Melbourne. You can also use the hashtag Real Housewife Shit to talk about, you know, Real Housewife Shit with me. Again, credit Michael K. He came up with that. And have a great day. Peace out.